pray.
Hello, my name is Reverend David K. North. First of all, I want to express my thanks and appreciation for this opportunity to share my reflection, my sermon for today. And I want to express my thanks to Pastor David Miller and to this entire wonderful congregation for all the love and support that you've given me and to Mosaic Harmony over the years. The title of my sermon today is The Dilemma of Seeing. Today's message is a reflection on the biblical account of Jesus' healing of a man who was born blind. As the story unfolds in the 9th chapter of the Gospel of John, there are comical, ironic, and yet tragic aspects to the interactions between the characters. The casts of characters include, of course, Jesus and the blind man, but also the Pharisees, religious leaders of the time. As the story goes, the healed man gets intensely interrogated and criticized for praising his healer, Jesus, who had the audacity of performing the miracle on the Sabbath, the holy day on which no work was to be done. As ridiculous as this encounter seems from our current perspective, from their perspective, the Pharisees felt completely justified in their vehement protection of their status quo ways of thinking, believing, and behaving. The Pharisees are characterized as intolerant and insensitive, and totally unwilling to open themselves to new possibilities and perspectives. The healed man sees, and the Pharisees cannot and will not see. The healed man acknowledges the reality of his healing and his healer. The Pharisees would not acknowledge the healed man, the healing, nor the healer. The healed man moved from being a simple recipient of a miracle to becoming a tangible witness of God's power as performed through Jesus. He experienced more than just the regaining of his physical sight. He gained insight into a new way of perceiving how God can work in the world. The accepting, receiving, and experiencing transformation is a form of healing. Receiving this form of healing is often extremely difficult for those of us too accustomed to thinking and being the same ways all the time. We become the Pharisees of our own existence. Sometimes serious, challenging events have to occur in our lives before we become open to the paradigm shifts of thinking and being. There is indeed a tragic reality of being perceptively impaired. So often we think we see, we think we know, when indeed we don't even know that we don't know. The truth be told, every day we face choices and challenges of perception and insight. How open are our hearts and minds and spirits to differing perspectives and to change? How well do we deal with alternative beliefs of others and our intrinsic need to be always right? How do we receive God's messengers that are sent into our lives to help us see? Blindness is a powerful metaphor. However, it is only representative of any impairment of perception, whether physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. As long as we conveniently don't see, we are able to cling to our naivety. Our cherished naivety keeps our worlds closed and small and secure, with minimal change, risk, or responsibility. But when our awareness has been awakened, we can no longer ignore the realities and responsibilities right in our faces. Historically, every great shift that has ever occurred in our society happened upon the initiation of increased awareness. Awareness of injustices and depravities and inequities. Awarenesses of profound beauty, generosity, and unconditional love. Once we know, once we experience it, once we see, nothing can ever be the same. We are changed. We are transformed. I believe that it is God's will that in our lives we need to be illumined and that we be healed of our arrogance and ignorance. The dilemma of seeing is the responsibility and accountability that comes with our sight and insight. With opened eyes, what do we see? What do we choose to see? Once seen, it can't be unseen. I pose the question, would we be given awareness and not respond? Thank you. As you receive this reflection, we invite you wherever you are to join in the singing of the old hymn, Amazing Grace. The lyrics of the 3 verses are available here, and we welcome you to sing along. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. 'Twas blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. God bless you.